So we're just going to be sitting in a seated position just for a few minutes. So this is a bedtime flow. So we're going to be releasing and cleansing and letting go of all the stresses and worries of today. So we're going to take a deep inhale in and let it out with a sigh. Another one, filling up, allowing for that air to go really deep. And let it out with a sigh. Last one, bring it in. Hold it in your body for a second. And let it out with a sigh. Releasing everything on this exhale. Allowing for the shoulders to relax. Begin to lengthen the spine. Rolling the shoulders back. Slight elevation in the chin. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Here you can begin to set your intention. How do you want this practice to flow for you? Once you have your intention, you can inhale through the nose and release it out of the mouth with a gentle exhale. And we're going to come into legs up the wall. So I hope you are near a wall. If not, you just take a couple seconds to position yourself near a wall. I'm going to have my cloth nearby so that I can keep 9 at a time. And try to inch your bottom as much as possible right there in parallel with the wall. Allow for your arms to lay where they may. Allow for the head to relax. You want to flex the feet just a little bit, just so they're not dangling here. You want a little bit of structure in the feet. Allow for yourself to release with every exhale. Allow for the heart to slow. Allow for anything that is coming into your mind to simply pass through. We're not attaching to any thoughts. We're simply just falling into our body. We're being present with everything we have in this moment. If your mind is running wild with things that you need to do or things that have happened throughout the day, tell yourself, your job right now is to be present and to relax. You're going to begin to flex your right knee and start to massage your leg a little bit. Working from the top down, massaging the thigh, using your knuckles a little bit. And then begin to roll the ankle. And allow for that leg to come back up, flexing the foot. And begin to massage the other leg. Starting from the ankle and working your way down. And then begin to move that ankle in circles. Allow for that leg to come back up, flexing that foot, and then begin to draw the right knee into the chest. Holding that knee into the chest, coming into wind removing pose. Being sure that both shoulders are glued to the mat. And we're gonna bring flexation into that left foot. Allow for that leg to release. Bringing the opposite knee into the chest and squeezing that in. Taking deep breaths here. Imagining on every exhale that you're pushing out toxins, pushing out tension, and pushing out what you don't need for the day. And you can begin to release that foot and then immediately bring both knees into the chest. It's starting to rain here, so it might be a little bit hard to hear, so I will speak up. But we're simply holding the knees into the chest, giving a squeeze here. Trying to make sure that our cervical is completely flat, or as flat as you can make it here. Our cervical vertebrae. Few more seconds here. Beautiful. Now we're going to gently come up, close your eyes, and gently come up to a seated position. Allow for your hands to come to your knees, falling into the breath. Begin to imagine relaxation pouring over your body like a glove. And begin to bat the eyes open. And we're going to draw our feet together. Draw the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana. You can apply a little bit of pressure with the hands if you wish, or you can simply just allow for the weight to bear down on your knees. Breathing here. With every exhale, just applying a little pressure mentally, not with the hands, but mentally to the knees to come down just a little bit more. As we sit here in this grounding position, we allow for the earth to take away our anxieties. If your eyes were closed, you can bat them open. And we're going to begin to bring in our right foot and extend our left leg out. Okay, extending our left leg out to the side. Inhale, begin to bring the hands up above the head. And exhale, allow for the left arm to come over the left foot, grabbing your big toe and bringing that right arm right above your head. Feeling that stretch in the side body. Releasing the shoulders away from the arms. Imagine with your inhale, see if you can allow for that inhale to travel all the way down to your back, to your lower back, specifically that right side of the back. See if you can allow for the breath to travel down there. Inhale, coming up with both arms. Doing a little counter stretch on the other side, leaning into that. Be sure not to lean into the shoulder. And coming back down. Coming to the other side now, switching legs. Inhaling, using that right hand to grab that big toe, lifting the opposite arm above the head, and breathing into the stretch. Again, imagining the breath coming down to that lower part of the back. One more breath here. And we're going to come for a counter stretch on the other side. Bending that left elbow slightly. Feeling how good that feels. Again, making sure the shoulders are away from the ears, chest is nice and open. Coming back down. Now we're going to get into fire log pose. So here you want to stack your knees over your ankles, okay? They might not go correctly in line, and that's okay. And they might not touch, and that's okay. But you want your right ankle over your left knee and your left ankle underneath your right knee. Bring the hands together at the center of the chest. Breathing here, breathing into any tension that might be located in the upper thighs. Allowing for that tension to melt with each exhale that we take. Breathing here, staying with the breath, staying present in the moment. Just imagining that this tension that we're feeling or might be feeling is matching the tension that we may have experienced throughout the day. And each exhale that we do is releasing that tension. Coming up and out of the body. Few more seconds here. Releasing the hands and releasing the foot. Allowing for the legs to extend out. Moving the thighs a little bit, moving the feet a little bit. And then we're going to get into the other side. So just simply switching the legs. One knee might come closer to the other ankle, and that's okay too. And we want to be sure that the feet are flexed, okay? Bringing up the hands once again. Want to press the thumbs into the chest. Breathing here. So let's say we release tension from the logical side of the brain. Now let's release tension from the emotional side of the brain. So any pent up feelings or any negative feelings we no longer wish to have that we may have accumulated throughout our day, we're releasing that with each exhale. Again, not attaching to any thoughts that are coming through the mind. We're simply staying with the breath. We're allowing for the breath to be our teacher. We're allowing for the breath to get whatever we need out of the body. Few more seconds here. No attachments to anything that may come up. We're simply letting it out. Last few seconds here, clearing out any clutter. We're allowing for our minds and our bodies to be empty. We're allowing for free space, for free energy to roam throughout our bodies. You can begin to flutter the eyes open and release the hands down. And you can begin to release the feet. Allow for the legs to extend, releasing any tension there. And we're going to come once again in Baddha Konasana. And from here, we're going to slowly lower down on our elbows. If that feels like it's a bit too much for you, stay here. That's okay. Staying with the breath here. And you can begin to release your head back if that feels comfortable for you. We're just releasing the neck back for a little bit. Symbolizing the release of anything we may have communicated incorrectly today, or maybe with fight, or maybe with hate, or maybe we said some unkind words, or maybe we just said the incorrect thing. We're releasing that by allowing for our heads to come back and just exhaling that out. Slowly allow for your chin to come to the chest. And you can begin to slowly rise back up. And we're actually going to get into a little bit of a standing series because I'm going to leave you guys standing for the end of this practice because I don't want you guys to fall asleep on your mat, okay? So we're going to come to standing position. I really don't even think that this is working, but just in case it is, I'm gonna try to leave it on, but it doesn't want to stay on. Okay. Taking a few breaths here. Coming back in alignment with the breath. Coming back in alignment with the heart. Relaxing and releasing, slight bend in the knees here. We're going to inhale. I want you to slowly pick up your right foot and bring it over the left. For a little cross here. Now, if this is easy for you to do in this moment right now, maybe you'd like to go a little bit deeper and just sit a little bit deeper and maybe wrap that leg around. Then we're going to bring the arms up And bring the right arm underneath the left arm. You can just swing that right arm right underneath that. And bring the hands together. Breathing here. Let's try to keep this engagement for about 30 seconds. Just squeezing those muscles down there. You can do some kegels if that feels good. Allowing for that pump of energy. And you can slowly begin to release the hands down, the palms open, releasing the leg out. And shake the legs out a little bit. Coming back into the breath. And we're going to get into the other side. So bending that left knee and bringing that leg over the right. Now, if this feels good, you can stay here. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. You can sit a little bit deeper. Okay. Do you feel like you want to go full force? You can wrap that leg around. Begin to activate some Kegels if that feels good. Bring the arms up. Left arm swings underneath that right arm. Remember to have your spine as straight as possible. A few more seconds here. And begin to release the hands. Begin to release the legs. Let some of that energy out. Notice if you feel any warmness in your palm. Notice if you feel any tingling within the body. Allow the breath to consume the body. Last thing we're going to get into is a little bit of a twist. So we're going to come to sit in our seat, Asana, being sure that the chest is slightly risen. The knees are not past the toes, okay? And we're going to bring our right foot a little bit closer to the left, bringing the hands together at the center of the chest. On your next exhale, we're going to twist to the right. You can bend a little bit lower and get that elbow to knee action going on. Feel free to do that. If a bind is in your practice, feel free to do that here. Taking deep breaths here. Inhale, coming center. And we're going to slowly raise up. Hands still together at the center of the chest. Taking some breaths here. Allowing for fresh breath, fresh energy to come to the abdomen, where our energy storage is. So bending again. Taking some breaths here. Being sure we're in alignment, making sure our knees are not too forward, pressing those knees back. hips tucked in. Slowly begin to twist to the other side. Taking some breaths here. If you want some engagement with that elbow and knee, feel free to reach for it. Again, if a bind is in your practice, feel free to do it. Few more seconds here. And inhale, coming up slowly. Releasing the hands down. Separating the feet just a bit. Feeling the energy through the palms. Allowing for our body to become clear with each breath. Telling ourselves that release all problems of the day. We'll go to bed in peace. And I will have a restful slumber. Thank you for practicing with me tonight. Namaste.
Thank you, Joa.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
I'll do the same.